Number 12 in the Indicator series is The Anderson Tapes, starring Sean Connery. I love these early 70s movies, especially when you see Connery in his element. You know, there's a lot of movies of his that I haven't seen, and discovering some of his performances is just terrific. Sidney Lumet, is one of these directors that every time I see something of his, I just marvel at how wonderful it is. And what I really like about the Anderson Tapes is the basic simple setup of the plot. We have this character of Duke who is getting out of prison. He's made some contacts in there. When he gets out, he goes to visit his, let's say, girlfriend, who he hasn't seen in 10 years because he's been locked up. And they instantly jump back into a relationship. And she's living in these really kind of upper class apartments. And as he goes in and he's looking about, he realises that this block is just ripe for the picking, and almost instantaneously forms this master plan that he is going to just rob every apartment in this block. And he starts to get together his team. In this movie, introduces Christopher Walken in a really kind of fun role as well, and it's a quirky team of various different people who normally wouldn't come together. He's bankrolled by the mob, and all the way through him trying to set up this robbery, trying to get the pieces together, the finances to back everything, there is this team of folk that seem to be watching and listening to everything they're saying. You don't really know much about these people, what really government agency they're for. You just know that they know everybody is here, what's happening, and they have it all spelled out. They've got all the evidence in the world about these guys. And we get this character of Duke, who's a really kind of hard, habitual criminal. Even when he comes out of jail after 10 years, his first thought is to go right back into the old way of thinking, doing what he does best. It's just his pure id. It's what he is. He is a criminal and a thief. And you see he has this kind of loyalty to the people that he's worked with before. He has this tenacity within him not to let go. He has this pragmatism about himself as well. He knows that there's a point where he may have to walk away from the deal, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. He decides to persevere. He doesn't want to be out of control. He knows exactly how to get this job done and wants to go about it. And he has all these kind of elements that are pushing off against him, that battle against his sensibilities, that he has to push back a little bit. I don't want to go into too much detail because I think it's fun and exciting to watch. There is a moment where we get to the last half an hour, 40 minutes of the movie. It's only an hour and 40 minutes, where we really get the heist get into full gear, and it is exciting. It's well shot. It's intercut as they break into each flat with that person giving their statement to the police, and it's really just nicely put together that kind of lets you know that they're okay. Some of them are a little bit shocked with what happened. Some of them were excited with what happened. Some of them had a little bit of respect that these people weren't just steamrolling over some of them. Some people they have to beat and push down almost immediately to get into the prized goods that they want. And it's just really nicely put together. Of course, there is police involved in this movie. It's a heist movie. There's going to be police at some point, and there is some exciting action set pieces with them as well as they're trying to storm the building. And you have this group of patrolmen who are having to scale the building and get across. And it's really exciting. It's in your face. It's kind of thrilling stuff. And The Anderson Tapes is one of those it's kind of a movie that wouldn't get made today. It's predominantly of its time. It feels like something from the early 70s. It has all the kind of connotations and stamps of that time. Things that wouldn't fly these days, but they could get away with it then. But it's exciting, it's thrilling, it's condensed, it gives you everything you could possibly want in a heist movie, and you get Sean Connery giving an outstanding performance. But it's not as if he is the only good performer in the movie. You get all these sub-characters, all these little nods and little roles are just wonderful. I particularly like the character of Ingrid, his girlfriend that he goes to see, and the way she relates, so kind of blasé and just passive about the way things are done. Look, I'm going to have to stop seeing you. My old boyfriend's turned up, so I'll catch you later. You know, just the way she deals with men in her life, almost like a commodity, is just a really interesting facet of this character, who we don't really spend too much time with, but you get an idea of how she moves and survives through the world. The disc on this Anderson tapes is wonderful. It's got some fun extras, but the one that I really like to delve into, and you get these a lot on the indicator discs, is the Super 8 version. And I think this one is 17 minutes as. They condensed the movie down to 17 minutes, and it's just fun seeing how they make this 1 hour, 40-minute movie just truncate right down to the basic bullet points of a film. It's weird. It kind of feels like the movie, but also just not at the same time, and it's one of those just interesting supplemental material things that I just enjoy. The Anderson tapes was a wonderful discovery. I loved everything about it. It was a tale I hadn't heard of before, a movie that I didn't really know much about going into, and just found it ultimately highly enjoyable. I really liked it. If you've seen the Anderson tapes, I'd love to know your opinion of the movie. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.